We have breaking news as we come on the air at 10. A gunfight shuts down Colfax and Denver's Capitol Hill.
A robbery suspect exchanges gunfire with Denver police. Both are hit. Two bystanders were also caught in the crossfire. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Shannon Ogden.
And I'm Ann Trujillo. This happened just before 8 o'clock near the 7-Eleven on East Colfax near Pennsylvania. And a stretch of Colfax is still shut down while police are out there investigating.
And tonight we bring you team coverage of the shooting. And we start with Denver 7's Sally Mamdouh, who spoke with the chief of police less than an hour ago. Sally?
And Shannon, Chief White tells me one of his officers was hit in the leg. Now, the good news here tonight is he is expected to recover. However, we're told the suspect is in grave condition. But I want to step out of the shot just to show you how massive this scene is right behind me here. It's spanning over 3 blocks right now. And that's because that's where police say the gunfire was exchanged between an officer and a suspect who robbed the 7-Eleven on Colfax. Now, the unfortunate thing here is during that shooting, 2 bystanders were hit, as well as a restaurant. We're told those bystanders' injuries, though, are minor. Now, this shooting happened during a relatively busy time here on Colfax. We spoke to some witnesses that were out here. Take a listen.
It was just like horde. We walked in and it was just like pow, pow, pow. And I ran to the window and they're running. There's girls laying on the ground. The dude's laying out here dead and the cops are shooting at the guy right here.
Very large police presence here tonight.
Now, officers will be out here for several hours interviewing witnesses. As part of this is a still ongoing investigation. So definitely parts of Colfax are expected to be blocked off like this, as you can see. So if you're driving through this area, you need to find alternative routes because this is going to be sort of an all-night scene because they're interviewing a lot of witnesses, trying to figure out just exactly who saw what and if there are any other injuries in the area. For now, we're live on Colfax. Sally Mamdouh, Denver 7.
Sally, thanks. And we watched dozens of Denver police officers, including Chief White, gather outside Denver Health in the moments just after the shooting.
And Denver 7's Jason Grenauer is live outside that hospital tonight. And Jason, what are officers telling you?
Well, we can tell you to start that there are still several officers as well as several patrol vehicles that are still here outside the emergency entrance of Denver Health, where both that injured officer as well as that injured suspect were taken to be treated. They're kind of on both sides of the spectrum when it comes to conditions, though. We will start with that injured officer. He is expected to be okay after being shot in the leg. Chief Robert White tells us it is serious but not life-threatening. The officer is not being identified yet, but he is expected to recover. The chief was here at Denver Health earlier, not long after that shooting on Colfax happened. He says he met with that officer and that officer is, quote, in good spirits. The flip side of that coin, the suspect is in grave condition, according to police, after exchanging gunfire with officers, again, along Colfax. We're told that the 2 other people who were injured during that shootout, that they were treated for minor injuries. Unclear if they made it here to Denver Health, but those injuries were minor. As for any updates on the officer himself or the suspect, those will likely come from Denver police a little bit later on tonight, but we have seen some police vehicles, like one is doing behind me right now, leaving the scene now that we know that officer, again, is expected to recover. Reporting live at Denver Health, I'm Jason Grenauer. Back to you.
All right, Jason, thank you. And this is not the first time that we've seen violence at that particular 7-Eleven. Last July, a man was robbed, shot, and killed at that same Capitol Hill location. And officers who work the overnight beat tell Denver 7 that store has been a problem for some time.
We will be